Please welcome to the stage, Robin Williams. Hi, how are you today?
Well, so I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm fantastic myself. So why don't we hop right into it? Start at the beginning. Tell me where you're from.
It all started when good old Mama Laura, my mother of course, pushed me out into a hospital in Chicago, Illinois. I grew up with two older half-brothers, so I was always, looking for attention, trying to make people laugh all the time, and somehow successfully started to make people laugh. I don't know how. But
This is a picture of you from your younger days, and I don't see you wearing your hair like that anymore. Seems to have grown.
Oh yeah, the flow is for sure gone. My hairline kind of receded that away, but yeah, that's about my appearance, and that one's not so good, so we don't talk about that. I soon realized that I had a niche for making people laugh, and I also realized I could get paid for making people laugh as well, so it's like, why wouldn't I do that?
Yeah. So the first thing I ever saw you on was Mork and Mandy, which, here's a picture of you covering up that receding hairline you talk about.
Oh yeah,
So
always gotta keep it covered.
you started out on Mork and Mandy. You started to grow as a comedian, getting more roles, getting more parts. But how would you define yourself as a comedian?
Well, I wouldn't even really define myself as a comedian. I would more define myself as just a person in this world trying to bring laughter and happiness into it.
So how would you think that comedy impacts our world? What is so important about comedy and making people laugh?
I would say comedy brings light to any situation. Whether it's sad, happy, it's a dark situation, you can make up a joke and make people laugh, and the mood immediately gets lighter and more happier. And that's why I enjoyed it so much, just because I hated seeing people frown, hate seeing people sad all the time. And if you can make them laugh, that's the complete opposite.
And that's a really good point you mentioned about, bringing light and comedy to these really serious roles even. Here's actually a photo of you and Matt Damon from one of your films, Good Will Hunting, and this is a very serious movie that you see to bring this airiness to. And another example that would be in your other film, my personal favorite, Patch Adams. You're dealing with a lot of kids who are supposed to have leukemia, and there's a death in the film, and your character, who is based on a real person, is very funny, and that's teaching that happiness can cure sickness. So I thought we'd move to a more comfortable position so we could talk about some more of your controversies that you've seen being a comedian for as long as you have. So you've been very open and honest about your struggles with depression and addiction. I was wondering if you'd be okay with talking about that today.
Right. I just had a couple of demons chasing me for a while, and I'd use alcohol and cocaine sadly as an escape for that, because I was just struggling so much with it. But looking at my fans and all the people around me that are supporting me, that I see love me so much and gain a more positive impact from me, it makes me want to live to see tomorrow.
So you mentioned that because of the demons that you were facing in your life, you turned to unhealthy coping mechanisms like drugs and alcohol. What are the demons you're talking about?
Well, it's basically just loneliness, honestly. It's hard to stand up on a stage in front of all these people looking out and feel mentally and just emotionally so alone. I knew there was all these people supporting me, but in my head, it just didn't seem that way. Whenever I actually needed help, I didn't have anybody to turn to, because they're just fans that I don't personally know or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, a lot of your fans, through your numerous stand-up and your film adaptations and your TV appearances, they feel very close to you. So we actually took a producer out into the streets to talk to a couple of your fans and see what they think about you. And we'll be watching those right now.
Bet.
Hey kid,
Hi.
do you know who Robin Williams is?
I love Robin Williams. Isn't he the genie in Aladdin?
He is the genie in Aladdin.
I love him. He's so good at all the different impressions that he does. I swear he sounds different in every scene.
Have you seen any other Robin Williams movies?
No, my mom only lets me watch that one.
Can I ask you a couple questions?
I guess.
It's about Robin Williams. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, dude. Oh, man. Woo!
How long have you been in there?
Dude, like 5 minutes. I just got like really bored.
Oh, okay. Well, you said you know who Robin Williams is. What's your favorite Robin Williams movie?
Good Morning Vietnam. And that other movie, Flubber's a good one too.
So what is like the funniest thing about Robin Williams?
I would say like he's just a funny person in general. Like he brings like a humorous presence, and he can do like a lot of different impressions, which I think is pretty cool. And it also adds to the humor.
How would you feel if I told you you kind of look like Robin Williams?
Dude, I get that a lot actually. Like that's happened so many times today. It's like my mind is blown at this point.
Ah, stupid thing isn't working today.
Hi, can I ask you a couple questions?
Yeah, hi.
Do you know who Robin Williams is?
Oh yeah, Robin Williams. Love him. One of my favorite all-time actors.
What's your like favorite thing about Robin Williams and him as a person?
Well, I would focus more on like him as a person. He brought a lot of awareness to like sobriety and overcoming his addiction and depression. And I know a lot of people don't like necessarily like to talk about that because you know it's kind of more like the sad side about him. But I think it's really important that he brought attention to such controversial topics.
Oh, well, thank you so much for interviewing with us today.
Well, thank you. Would you like a soda? It's not working very well, but maybe I could try again.
You know, I think I'll pass. It seems like you shook everything up in the machine. So how did seeing that really make you feel?
I'm honestly like euphoric. Like it just made me like realize that like fans like actually do have me like mentally and emotionally like that. Like even if it doesn't seem that way. And that's just nice to have that like, you know, like support behind you.
Yeah, that's really great. So we're all out of time today, but we actually have another clip for you to see and for all of you at home to watch as well. A fan of yours, Alan Parrish, sent in a compilation of all his favorite scenes from all of your movies, and including a little bit of your stand-up. So we'll leave you with that. And that's where we'll leave you guys today. But thank you so much for coming on the show. We really appreciate it.
Well, thank you guys for having me. Nice talking to everyone.
Well, let's watch that clip.
I talk to them about being like a group of junkies who've relapsed, going, listen, man, I just need some liquidity, you know what I'm saying? I just ran into some bad subprime, you know? We just had complex formulas. We just didn't factor in greed and panic, you know? I just need $805 billion by Tuesday. Yeah, no, seriously. No, I would not screw you again. It's pretty crazy.
I've learned my lesson.
No, baby, this is not like the other time. Seriously, I just throw me a bad here, baby.
Just give me,
help me out.
Just give me a little bit.
Yeah, just a taste. That's all I need is a taste. I need $2.5 trillion. I'll pay you back.
Get me through 1 week.
Yeah, it's like they're going to print out a new $20 bill. The new Geithner $20 bill will be, you know, instead of "In God We Trust," it'll just say "Trust me," and it'll be the little man from Monopoly going like this. I'm driving in my car. I turn on the radio. Look at this thing. Look, Flipper. They have signs. They have big signs that say, "You will not get into the kingdom of heaven." And I look at these geeks and go, "Are you going to be there?" I'm not going.
I did Waiting for Godot. I did Shakespeare. It's exciting to wear tights and have people go, "I can't see anything."
Just take home. Oh, kind of, dear, if you like that handsome, rugged type. But personally, I prefer short, furry, and funny.
Can you tell us what you've found out about the enemy since you've been here?
We found out that we can't find them.
You do an eclectic celebration of the dance. You do Fussy, Fussy, Fussy. You do Martha Graham, Martha Graham, Martha Graham. Or Twyla, Twyla, Twyla. Or Michael Kidd, Michael Kidd, Michael Kidd, Michael Kidd. Or Madonna, Madonna, Madonna. But you keep it all inside.
Lawrence, you saw what he did.
Who's involved? I am. Who's involved? I am.
You know what? Let's go over to the bus station and pretend we're going someplace. Come on.
Yeah. I'll make those announcements you never understand. Like, I want the guy who does soccer to do golf one time. The ball is rolling, the ball is rolling. Oh! Those models are like deer in a thong. They walk by just like this, like, hello.
Mr. Lanza, what will your pleasure be? Let me take your order, jot it down. You ain't never had a friend like me.
But I'm not afraid. This is Mork, signing off.